Welcome back, everyone, to the Texarkana Bandits Dynasty here on College Football 26 as we get set to take on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, one of the top teams in the Sun Belt. However, no matter how this season goes now, it's a positive. We're 5-2. We've already won more games in the past we've won 4 games in the past 4 weeks. That's the same amount we won all of last year. We'll take it. Now, we're trying to keep the winning streak alive. However, you see the Sun Belt standings. Louisiana up at the top, ranked number 25 in the nation now. And Southern Miss is right under them. Sadly, both of those teams are in our side of the conference, which means we'd have to somehow beat both of them to make it to a conference title game. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I do know that it is the biggest test of where this team is from an upgraded standpoint. Especially given that Southern Miss is banged up. They will be without 2 tackles, a strong safety, a corner, and a defensive tackle this week. But they will have Tayshawn Chapman, who is going to be their top target on the offensive side of things. 5'8", 172, certainly not very tall, not very big, but he can certainly run with the football, and that's what scares me. We've seen this team trail guys before, so that's definitely possible. Not to mention, he's nearly got 1,000 yards already on the season. He certainly is looking for a bigger season than he had last year. And defensively, it's will linebacker Brian Longwell to keep your eyes on. The young man out of Nashville, Tennessee, the 3-star thumper. Can come down, make the tackle. Not the greatest in coverage, but can do so if need be. He can kind of do a bit of everything. Not as good as everybody, but can do a bit of everything. Also, a transfer out of Vanderbilt. He's got 5 sacks this season, which is huge for a will linebacker, if you ask me. And he can definitely bring down the ball carrier, as you can see from his tackle stats. Let's, though, head down to Mississippi because it's time to make them pay for Brett Favre's mistakes. I don't think it takes us to actually deal with that, but you know what? In the headcanon, that's where my brain's at. We're going to make them pay. Rocking the all-whites today is Texarkana, and we are ready to go in this one. And we are off in this one, and it's going to be Orlando Hayter returning this, as he does not have the blocks to really pick up much there. Coach Cofield looking on, feeling like, hey, we got something here. One more win, and we're bowl eligible. That's the goal this season. Bowl eligibility and cross every extremity that we win a bowl game. As they begin with James McNeil on the turf, and he can only pick up 1. Ryunosuke Woods in now here. We may not see a lot of Rowan, as that's a good catch for Corey Nervy, picking up about 8. We may not see a lot of Frankie Rowan today, as he has been banged up from the season. Of course, 3 straight games where he has seen the majority of the carries, as Woods goes nowhere there. Enter Denzel Gardner, now the freshman out of Waldorf, Maryland. So keep your eyes on that. 10.5 to go here in the first quarter, and it's the first drive for Southern Miss, and they start on the ground with a big run right up the middle for the first down. Now, Southern Miss had our number last year. They dominated with their offense last season, and they still have that no-huddle offense, and I hate dealing with a no-huddle offense. 1, it makes the video longer to edit. 2, they go really quickly. I think both of those reasons are very, very justified. As a nice run there picks up 6, and their offense is just moving right down the field. As this one is intercepted, Bruce Carpenter comes up That's a big interception. Too much air under it. And I can complain about the no-huddle offense all I want. I'm not going to complain about Bruce Carpenter making plays on the ball. The senior safety with his second pick on the year. Okay, offense, your defense did the job for you. Can you do anything as Rowan checks in for the first time today? Screen set up for Julian Allen, and that's going to be a quick 9-yard pickup. 2nd and 1. Hamilton in the gun with Rowan to his right. Hands off. Rowan's got enough. And it'll be 1st and 10. Out of the pistol still, James McNeil. And that's going to be a gain of only 2. McNeil could only fight so much. And I said James McNeil. It's Jeff McNeil. 2nd and 8. Plenty of time to throw. He finds Shaq at the last second. And that's going to be a 1st down at midfield. Gotta love the crossing pattern. Some would call it a cheese offense. I would call it the smartest thing to do when you don't have field stretchers, as that right there is going to be no gain there. 2nd and 10. Underneath. That one is caught by Allen. Another nice pickup from the transfer receiver. 3rd and 2. McNeil in the backfield. It's a keeper, and Hamilton's not going to get enough. So they punt it back. And a good punt puts them inside their own 10. Can the defense come through? Good tackle. Buddy Gordon just tripped him up enough. 2nd and 11. Play action. That one's caught underneath. And it'll be just shy of the mark by about 2, maybe 3 yards. Depends on how you look at it. As they hand off again, and they stuff them. There it is. And a bad punt leads to good field position. Now, if we can't capitalize off this, there's a problem underneath. That's caught JCP. He's got 9. They'll say maybe 9.5 as they're just inches shy of a new set of downs. Another quick throw here. That one a little high for Falcon, but he was able to haul that one in. It's 1st down and 10, and I'd argue they're in Roncalli field goal range as that one's intercepted. Well, forget the field goal range, I guess, as that is picked off, and it's just a Southern Miss capitalization off a mistake. Hamilton goes for the curl route, which has been Falcons' bread and butter lately. And it apparently just goes a little too far to the shoulder. As Jalaya Thudel, I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. I apologize. But he gets the interception. It's back to Southern Miss's offense. And now we get to see exactly what this defense is made of. After a mistake by the offense, Little Mac just bounces off of JQ Gray as he gets banged up on that play. 3rd down and 2. Are they going to run this one again? Everybody on the line. They go RPO and wide open, just tossing a man to the sideline. Are we sure that wasn't Derrick Henry and Josh Norman? It looked very, very similar. Either way, it's a new set of downs at the 10. As this one's a keeper, and that's going to be a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. It's a keeper again, but this time Eldridge not going to let him go anywhere. He's banged up, though, on that play. The senior pass rusher banged up. It's now 3rd and 10. Plenty of time to the end zone, and somehow that's caught. Dalton with the touchdown. goes up over two guys to make the catch. A mini Hail Murray, essentially, as Davis Dalton shows off his best Nuke Hopkins impersonation. So Southern Miss strikes first, and Texarkana just hoping to get something going as the play-action screen doesn't work out. Second and 10, 31 seconds left before this first quarter comes to a close. It's over the middle. That one incomplete. That time the curl looked open to me, but didn't see it quick enough. As underneath, Kellen Morrow can't hold that one in. I just could not see the field in this first quarter. I think that is very evident in this one. As deep ball is incomplete. Broken up there. Second down and 10. A long first quarter here as the tight ends drag down, and that'll bring us to the end of this long first quarter. 7-0 Golden Eagles on top. And the big key, I'd say, is 6 total rushing yards ain't going to help you. Third down and 7 here for Southern Miss. Can we shut down the Golden Eagles here? No, that one is easily caught. Little Mac with a shot to the back. First and 10. It's a handoff. Nowhere to go this time around for JQ Gray. Had to remember his name for a second, as this is a keeper. Once again, shut down. So third down and 12. Plenty of time in the pocket. Wide open, and there's their top receiver, as that's going to be another first down. And they're right back in the red zone. As well, they're taking a little bit further back out of the red zone. Okay, never mind. Second and 12. Play action. Can we get to them? And okay, Little Mac just standing there trying to scare him, I guess. I'd be scared too if a former boxing champion staring me down. As over the middle, that one, a hit to the lower back, breaks that one up. And Kellen Jepson was also banged up on that play. So we'll see more D'Angelo Coco if Jepson can't get back in here, as the chip shot is good. And it's a 2-score ball game now. Golden Eagles on top. So here we go. Shotgun set. Hamilton on offense, looking to just get something going, as that one falls incomplete, luckily. A lot of pressure over the center, which the center situation, not a strong suit this season. As there is a nice screen for Rowan. I said we might not see a lot of him. He's been in there a lot more than expected. First and 10. Check down here. That goes to JCP for a gain of 4. Shotgun set. Hamilton takes the snap, looking to throw. This one short to Rowan. He's got the first. They've got it to midfield now. Hamilton, shotgun set, hands off McNeil. He's not going to find a lot. It's a positive gain nonetheless, though. And right now, that's all we're looking for is positives. Second and 8. Feels kind of like a game from last season where you're just kind of looking for a little bit of positive to go a long way, as Morrow picked up the nice 8 yards there, or I'm sorry, 7 yards, and they can't get one. So instead, they go for it on 4th and 1. Got the crosser set up. That's caught JCP. He had a much more open Shaq on the other side. Once again, was not seeing the field today, it seemed like, as that's a new set of downs. First and 10. Plenty of time underneath for Allen. That's going to be a gain of 6 as Taekwon Caver now banged up. So many injuries in this game. Had a lot of players on both sides headed to and from the sideline. Handoff, Ryunosuke Woods gets held up just shy of the mark, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. And the handoff to Rowan doesn't get enough. So another 4th and 1. Would have been a 47-yarder from here. That's going to be enough for the first. And I'm sorry, it would have been about a 42-yarder from there. And that one double clutched. Down he went. I saw circle open up at the last second. That's what the pump fake was. I was upset about that one, I can tell you that. And that's an overthrow to Shaq. Not what you want to see. Hamilton, not the greatest at the deep ball anyways, but that certainly doesn't help his calling as he misses Shaq again. So, it's back to Southern Miss. As a nice stop here by Buddy Gordon. He's had an excellent junior campaign. 2nd and 11. Quick throw here, wide open was the receiver, and that's a new set of downs. 1st down and 10, under a minute and a half left to go here in the first half of play. It's been a long first half of action, as that's going to be a 1st down run. 1st and 10, 1 minute to go. RPO and incomplete. Davis Dalton can't haul that one in. 2nd and 10. Looking to run with it. He will. Kellen Jepson dives down, trying to make himself a meme. You know, it happens. As that's going to be the second or the first timeout taken by Southern Miss. Handoff, not going anywhere. Now, I would think they're at least close to field goal range, but certainly not in it yet. As the pressure was getting there, Jepson couldn't get them, as now I'd say they're definitely in field goal range, or at least attemptable field goal range. It's a 50-yarder from here. They're out of timeouts, though. Play action, and that one is caught. A new set of downs, as under half a minute to go here. They'll just spike that one. 24 seconds before we head to halftime. Plenty of time, but there's the pressure. Thimba Eldridge gets the sack. Now, I said last week he got sack number 4. That is sack number 4 on the season, as Eldridge just has to finally break through, and thank God for the coverage downfield. And the last play of this half. Pressure doesn't bring him down, as he's able to throw that one away. It will be a 10-0 ball game, though, headed into halftime. And I'll take it. I'll take it. What I don't like is 1 total rushing yard. This offense is not built on the ground game, but you certainly, no matter what, want to see 1 total rushing yard in the first half. That's why we need a guy like Eric Wells, the star running back we're looking at now. Hopefully, we can bring him in. We're going to pay attention to some of the guys that we actually might have to fight for, or are the even bigger names now, like A.J. Matlock, the kicker. Tyree Drew, still not interested in us. We'll keep an eye on if he gets a bigger scholarship, because if that happens, we'll be right out of that one. And Dante Blade is a name to keep in mind, the gym offensive lineman. Going to see if we can win him over and add a big body to the offensive line, along with athletic rusher Monte Weaver. 6'4", 268. Love the size. Gonna try and win over some of these 3-stars this year to add some much needed talent to this roster. As it's 10-0, Southern Miss on top. We need just about everything in the playbook to help us in the second half of action, maybe even just to put points on the board. And the second half of action gets underway. Southern Miss football to begin. Still anybody's ball game. It's only a 10-point game, so nothing crazy just yet, as Jalen Carter banged up here. So we don't have a ton to worry about just yet. Let's hope it stays that way, as another throw to the tight end is going to pick up a first down. That's the tight end, if you remember, just tossed a defender to the wayside. As the handoff here goes nowhere. It's Jepson and Gordon that got there. 2nd and 10. Handoff right up the middle, and that'll be a gain of about 4. 3rd down and 6 now. Can we get a stop early into the half? The no huddle's been a problem. It's downfield. It's caught. Davis Dalton. First down all the way down near the 30. 1st and 10. Handoff again. And somehow he won't go down. He kept staying upright as Thimba Eldridge banged up again. 2nd and 4. Eldridge now not in the ball game. As this one gets to Dalton, he's going to have enough for the first. That's going to give them a new set of downs here in the red zone as they pick up 3 on the ground. Keeper for the quarterback, and he's going to have enough to get close. I thought he had it. Luckily not. 3rd and 1. Quick swing out. Plenty of room. That's a first down inside the 10. 1st and goal. A touchdown here is going to make this pretty tough, as that makes it a 3-score ball game. Right up the middle they go with their rushing attack. And that's going to make it tough to come back from. Doable? Yes. For this team, that's a whole different question. King Davis with the touchdown. And now Jaden Hamilton has to get something going. Just has to get something going, as that's going to be a 6-yard pickup. Ryunosuke Woods on that last carry. As they look to throw over the middle, that's caught. Falcon, he's going to have a first down. 1st and 10. Hamilton takes the snap. This one dropped by JCP. He had it. So 2nd and 10. Hamilton intercepted again. And this one might go for 6 the other way. It will. Touchdown, Southern Miss. And well, Hamilton threw a touchdown. It just wasn't to the right side. And that right there, depending on how the next drive goes, could have just sealed this game entirely. As he just takes that one away, very similar to the interception on the other side of the field with the curl. But here we go, 1st and 10. Hamilton trying to recover after the interception, the pick 6. It's Shaq McBath over the middle. He was wide open for the first. 1st and 10. Swinging it out on the bubble screen. Nowhere to go for JCP. And Thimba Eldridge will not return to this ball game. A broken collarbone. We'll check in on that later because we've seen that before. We saw some magical healing properties with Little Mac. We'll find out if Thimba's got that on his side or not. 1st and 10 after the JCP first down. It's a handoff. Rowan, best run of the day from any back on the team as Taekwon Caver banged up. A lot of these guys getting banged up, coming back in the game, getting banged up again. Seen it on a number of occasions. A new set of downs. Wide open. He misses Falcon on the deep ball. He was wide open. You cannot miss that. Another deep shot for Falcon and over his head. Incomplete again. The deep ball, not the friend for Jaden Hamilton. And you wonder why we play a lot of the short game as that one's incomplete. And it will be 4th and 10. And I'd argue they're just too far out to attempt a field goal here. As underneath, that's caught JCP. Nowhere to get the first, though. As that turns over on downs. And it is back to work for Southern Miss in a game that they might have wrapped up at this point. 2nd and 7. It's another RPO, the tight end with room again. And he's got plenty of it up past midfield, up past the 40. And the Golden Eagles are moving at will right now. Keeper for the quarterback. Fabian's there to make the tackle. And now Maui banged up. Second and 7. Hand off to the back. He's not going to go far. That's Marcus Timmons who brings him down. 3rd down and 6. Can they get a stop? Can they hold them from adding more points? This one shy of the reception. That was more near the knees than anything. So Hamilton and company back out there on offense. And that's just some miscommunication. Hamilton's 3rd pick of the day. And that one has got to bring it into this one, at least for the starters. That right there, just nothing went right on that play. He wanted JCP. JCP was running a different route entirely. And Dante Barber took advantage. Threw it right to him. 1st and 10. Quick throw off the RPO, but a hit to the lower back breaks that one up. And the backups are in. That's Sanford Lavelle there at safety who made that play, as he's going to get to the running back first. 2.5 left in the 3rd. 3rd down and 5 here. It's another throw to the tight end, but his momentum carries him out of bounds, and they're going to have to settle. Field goal's up and good. 27-0. This is giving too many flashbacks of last season. We saw this way too much last year, but it was a lot more understandable last year. We've seen this team make some strides this season, but this certainly is not what we expected. As Dwayne Marley is in at quarterback, the backups are out there. It's Corey Nervy on this reception. Always good to see him get more playing time as he picks up the first. It's a keeper for Marley. He goes nowhere. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Maybe the last play of the 3rd quarter here. It's over the middle and incomplete. Big shoulder delivered. Right to, I believe that was Nervy. 3rd down and 10. It's the curl, and this one's caught. That's Dennis Miller picking up the first. As that takes us to the end of the 3rd. The outcome I don't think is in question. 27-0. Southern Mississippi. We just can't hang with the Golden Eagles, especially this year. First and 10, 12 more minutes to go in this one. Somebody make it in, please. Jeff McNeil to the right side. He's going to pick up a bit. Not much positive yardage. We'll take at this rate. Anything that keeps us from 1 total rushing yard. As that's a fumble. It's picked up McNeil, and it'll end in about 4 yards. So, hey, it's a positive off of what could have been a really bad negative play. Marley setting up the screen. Nowhere to go for Ryunosuke Woods, but it's not like they're doing anything but going for it. 4th and 6. Dwayne Marley, throw underneath. That's Dennis Miller. He's going to have the first down. 1st and 10. Leslie Niles out there playing wide receiver here. As that is caught. Corey Nervy breaking off a tackle. We've seen him do that before plenty. That's going to be a gain of 9. 2nd and 1. And that one a low throw to Miller. 3rd down and 1. Can they pick up the first handoff? Woods. Ryunosuke Woods all the way down inside the 5. And can they cap it off with at least points? Can they end the shutout? Over the middle, it's incomplete. Berardi couldn't bring it in. 2nd and goal. Another slant. This one's caught. Dennis Miller. And that one's at least a touchdown. And the shutout is at least broken up. They won't get shut out in this one. It certainly is not going to be a game they're going to want to remember. But at least there were points on the board. So 6:45 left to go. This is going to be the highlights, or in our case, lowlights of this drive, I'm sure, as that is a big play there. They go quick to the line like they have been. Empty set. And over the middle, that one's caught. Another first down. They might add another touchdown here. Make it 34-7. Nowhere to go there. Good tackle. Really nice tackle there by our reserve linebackers. I believe that's Spears making the play. As this check down, not going to go far. They get the stop. They add 3. But now we'll see what Marley and company do here. Nowhere to go, as that was a huge loss of 4. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. 30-7. It was year 1 all over again. That's the best way to describe that game. Year 1 all over again. I couldn't see the field for anything for some reason early on in that game. That was very evident. But we couldn't get the run game going early on at all either. Hell, we didn't get the run game going until the very end of the game for the most part. That's where some of our best runs were. As for the receiving game, I mean, JCP had 7 catches, but I don't think you would have realized that. Nervy had 4, Allen with 3, Miller with 3, Falcon only had 2. Like, nothing, I feel like, went right in that game. This was the first game this season where it just felt like we couldn't do anything right even if we tried. That's what this game really felt like. And it sucks that it happens in conference play, because that's a team you now have to hope loses more games in conference than you do. It's as simple as that. And as for Thimba, he doesn't have those superhuman healing abilities that Little Mac does, apparently. because he will miss the remainder of the season. Maybe back for a bowl game, we are not sure, but he will miss the remainder of the regular season, and that's what you're losing. 4 sacks this season, the first pick in school history. It's a rough way for his career as a Bandit to end, possibly. But now we try and bounce back next week against University of Louisiana Monroe. Let's hope we can take out those Warhawks. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you next time.